Well, good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? Pretty good here, and welcome to the channel. Hey, I thought we'd do a little drive-in video this morning. I'm in the tundra, actually. Gonna run some errands. I have some things to mail for the channel. We had somebody win a sticker yesterday on last night's live and sold another sticker and a channel bracelet. This is a RobMotive silicone wristband. They are available. DM me or text me or email me if you're interested. But anyway, I want to get on here and give you an update on my order on my 2020 Tacoma. And for those of you that don't know, and I always state this, I know people who watch the channel regularly probably think, why does he tell us this all the time? You know, what I'm buying. Because there are new people that come on the channel or people that don't watch regularly. So if I just get on here and say I have this new truck coming, they may not know what I'm talking about. So real quick, what I have on order right now, and I ordered this, I believe we're going into it's either the second or third week. I ordered a 2020 Toyota Tacoma TRD off-road 4x4 in Voodoo Blue. Now, I ordered it because I found when I went in and talked to the dealer, I actually sat down with the inventory manager over there, and he looked it up, the truck that I wanted, to see if there was anything in my region that I could just buy, you know, instead of placing the order and having that lead time, which we'll get to in a minute. And as it turns out, there's only one. There was only one manual transmission, and that's the key. In the pipeline in my region, and that one was cement gray, which is cool. I wouldn't necessarily have a problem with cement, but it was already spoken for, already sold. Now, he also found that there were a couple, I think, in a distribution warehouse that showed up in his inventory. So he called and he found out that those were also spoken for. So that's like three, one in the pipeline and two or so that were in a distribution warehouse somewhere. But irregardless, they were already sold. And the bad thing is the ones that were, or at least one that was in the distribution center, was Voodoo Blue. Would have been perfect, but can't cry over spilled trucks, right? It's already gone. So it was at that point that I decided to go ahead and place an order. I'm looking for traffic over here if you're wondering why I keep looking away. I decided to go ahead and spec one out and place an order for one just the way that I wanted it. And I did that. Sat down with the inventory manager, went through all the screens, and we actually had to call one of the Toyota branches, I guess, or I think it was actually the distribution center or the regional center where these trucks come in, which the way I understand it is where all the orders go through. So we actually had to call that guy to clarify the availability of a couple of options that I wanted, one in particular being the LED headlights on the trim that I wanted for the package that was offered for it. You know, you have all these packages and trims and stuff that you have to deal with. And we got that straightened out. I think the other thing was black bezels on the fog lights, and that's opposed to chrome, because I definitely didn't want chrome. So we got that all straightened out, placed the order on the truck, and lead time on this truck is anywhere from 8 to 20 weeks. Now, I'll give credit to Dustin over there at Burt Ogden. He did tell me that, you know, that it could be up to 20 weeks, and he wanted to do that for full disclosure. In other words, not get me in there, try to get my deposit, tell me that it's going to be 8 weeks when it really could be as much as 20. So I appreciate that. I think, you know, part of ordering a vehicle like this is transparency, and it's important, at least to me, that who you're dealing with is honest with you and doesn't give you false expectations. Also makes the transaction smoother in the end, because, you know, come 9 weeks from now, you don't have a customer, me, calling all irate and crazy because it's been 8 weeks and the truck's not there, what's going on, when they would have known it could be as long as 20 anyway. So I do appreciate that. So the truck was on order for a week. I got a call, I believe it was early last week, from my sales guy over there. His name is Joe. Great guy, did a great job for me, by the way. But he was calling to give me an update. And apparently they run the Voodoo Blue color in cycles. 2 months on, 2 months off, and so on throughout the year. Now, that kind of alarmed me a little bit because I thought, well, gee, does that mean that it's going to add 2 months to the lead time of my truck, you know? As it turns out, no, that's not the case. They were just, once again, keeping me informed of the process, and really it was just the process and what's going on. And again, the benefit of that is you know, I try to stay well informed with what's going on with the Tacoma, or the Tacomas and Toyota for the channel. So had I heard that and not been aware of it, you know, probably would have been panic mode for me, and I would have assumed that it was going to add 2 weeks to my lead time. So instead of 5 months, you'd be looking at 7, which now we're getting kind of crazy, you know. But that's not the case. That 2 months or 8 weeks, if you will, would be incorporated in given where they are in the production schedule. So that's comforting. I'm still at the same lead time that I was before, with 2 to 3 weeks, or coming up on 3 weeks, I guess, already gone. And that part is going rather quickly. So I'm pretty happy about that. That means I have anywhere from maybe 5 to 17 weeks left, and fingers crossed that we're closer to the 8-week mark than the 20-week. But it is what it is. We shall see. I am keeping my eyes open because should there be some kind of a trade, or maybe Toyota puts out more manuals than they said they were gonna, which, by the way, Toyota only puts out 5% of their production in a manual transmission, so there aren't very many to start with. But I'm keeping my eye out to see if maybe one shows up somewhere. I mean, who knows? Maybe somebody else ordered one that's close enough to what I want, in the right color, or maybe not even the right color, that I would want to go ahead and get to reduce my own lead time. I don't see that happening, but I have heard of it happening before. You know, people have left comments about ordering a vehicle, and then, you know, something else comes in, or the dealer gives them a call and says that there's something else that was in production that was turned down or refused for whatever reason. They, you know, didn't have the money for it, or changed their mind, went with a different trim or a different truck. Who knows? There's a myriad of things that can happen, of course. So I have my eyes open for that. Maybe to snag a different truck if by chance one comes in a little bit sooner, or is available sooner than what I have on order. The back of my mind says that I really don't want that to happen, because I do want the truck spec'd out the way that I want it. And the other cool thing, which has absolutely nothing to do with anything, is that typically when you order a vehicle, your name is on the sticker. And that would be pretty cool. You know, like, this truck was built for Rob blah blah blah, and that would be pretty neat, I think. So just a little, you know, a little sidebar thing that would be pretty cool. Doesn't really matter for anything. So anyway, that's my update. That's where I'm at on the 2020 Tacoma that I have on order. I expect to get another update from Joe over there at Bert Ogden within the next couple of weeks or so. He had told me he would update me once a month or so, or if anything changes or happens. So I expect to hear from him. Otherwise, it's just a waiting game for me right now, and I am not really a very patient person. Leave a comment down below. Let me know if you ever ordered a vehicle. How did it go for you? Was it a smooth transaction? Were you made aware of all of the details when you placed the order? How did it go? As usual, appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you next time on the web. Have a great day. Bye.